Reading Myanmar, Symbols, Lesson 1. So we're going to review something that we learned in our consonants lesson. These 4 consonants are all pronounced with aspiration. You may remember the definition of aspiration. The speaker breathes out heavily through the mouth while pronouncing these consonants. So from left to right, they're pronounced ka, sa, ta, pa. But now there's also a method of aspirating certain non-aspirated consonants. Not all of them. There's a group of 6 that can be aspirated. To pronounce them requires the speaker to breathe out heavily through the mouth, as with the above consonants, or in a couple of cases, through the nose. So let's take a look at those examples. Here is the symbol that we're going to use to add aspiration to consonants. And these are the first 4 consonants that we're going to consider. Now the placement for this symbol will be beneath the consonant. The pronunciation adds aspiration. The best way to symbolize it is with the letter H. So as we go from left to right then, each of these would be pronounced as follows. Hla, hma, hna, hwa. Now you may have noticed the first consonant and the last are aspirated with air coming through the mouth, passing out through the mouth. However, the middle 2 are aspirated with air coming out of the nose, and that can be a little bit difficult to get the hang of at first. But don't worry, you'll be able to accomplish it. The romanization for this on both the language app and in the dictionary, an H is added to the left of the consonant. So, again, from left to right, it would appear as HL, the next one HM, the next consonant HN, and the last one HW. And I've got to tell you, that last example is very rare. In fact, there's only one word in the dictionary where that particular consonant is aspirated. Its usage is limited to moderate, and you're going to find it in words like the word for beautiful, hla, hla. The word for at, hma, hma. The word for nose, hna, hna. Now I want to stop there for a moment. I want you to look at the difference between this consonant as it appears in the word nose and look up it in our list of 4. You'll see its form is a little bit different. Now we talked about that in our lesson on consonants as we learned them. We showed you there's 2 different forms. Well, here's the reason it requires 2 different forms, because it has to make room for this symbol directly beneath it. And the last word then for hide is hue, hue. So from the language app under the heading Truth and Falsehood, here's the word for false. Here's the symbol as it appears. Listen to it. When air passes through the mouth, that's a little tricky. Through the nose, maybe even a little more difficult to get used to. Okay, let's look at our next example. We're going to use the same symbol here, but we're going to combine it with these 2 letters. That symbol will still appear beneath the consonant. But the pronunciation, when it's added to these 2 consonants, takes away the original consonant sound altogether. In both cases, these consonants are pronounced ya. When this aspiration symbol is added, it creates an SH sound. Sha, sha. It's romanized on the language app with the letters SH, and the same for the dictionary. Its usage is somewhat limited. You're going to find it in words like the word for to be, she, she. The word for search, sha, sha. And the only example you can find on the language app is the word for compare, shin, shin. The example I've selected from the language app is the word for Isaiah under the heading Books of the Bible. And here we'll see an example of that SH sound as it's added to this consonant. And that finishes this lesson.